Okay, Mom.
Which way should I look?
Just look at me.
Okay, I am.
So, first off, just can you start with your name, age, date, and where we are?
Miriam McGillin, age 89. We're in Brigantine, New Jersey for Easter. Had a wonderful time. There were 18 of us. No, pardon me, 24 for dinner last night. And everybody found a spot to sleep on the floor, anywhere they could find. So it was a great weekend. Now, what is anything else I could tell you?
Oh, there's a bunch more, but I'm going to take that so they're not rattling. Sorry.
That's all right. I don't want to rattle.
So I have a couple questions about your childhood, Mom.
All right.
So what's your earliest memory as a child?
When I fell out of the car. We were going to a movie, and I was 5 years old. And I'm in the back seat of this big old, whatever the car was, it wasn't old-fashioned then. And I decided the lock wasn't correct, so I straightened it out. And out I went. And I'm running down this busy street, but nowadays you'd be dead. Then it wasn't that busy, so I'm running against traffic. And my father didn't know I fell out, and the kids were my brother and sister were trying to tell him that I had fallen out of the car.
Okay. Where was that?
In Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So the only theft I had is I held onto my hat, and I pulled out a bunch of my hair from holding so tight. So that's my earliest memories.
Wow. Do you have any favorite stories from your childhood?
No, let me see. Well, I can still remember my sister always brought me home from first grade. Well, she couldn't for some reason, and my mother...
Dorothy?
Dorothy. So my mother had Carol pick me up. Well, Carol forgot. And I'm sitting on the steps in front of the school for 3 hours till all of a sudden the nuns looked out and saw me there.
Oh, boy.
That's the boys for you.
Oh, man. Did you have a nickname when you were a little girl?
I certainly did. In fact, till the day he died, my brother Carol always called me Doll.
Doll?
Doll. D-O-L-L. I'd walk down the street and I'd hear a truck driver yelling, "Hi, Doll," and I'd always turn around and think it was me. They wouldn't.
So how do you get that name?
I have no idea.
Wow.
We can't ask her.
So what were your parents like?
They were great. They were very easygoing, and got along with both of them, which is a good thing. But in those days, I think all kids got along with their parents. It's now in all these reality shows and everything, they show you that your parents are not as good as you think they are.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I remember Nana a little bit, but well, I was pretty young when she died, though, so I don't remember a lot about Nana.
With Nana liked to be waited on. She was a doll. But actually, Dorothy and I did everything for Nana. Because she grew up, she always had a maid. And when I was young, we had a maid. Then when we didn't have a maid, it was Dorothy and I that did the wash.
So they weren't never ever taught how to do all that stuff.
Never taught. As you know, Aunt Debbie could make two good things. She could cook coleslaw and I forget what else.
Tomato aspic.
Tomato aspic. But and Aunt Debbie always said she wished the maid let her in the kitchen to learn to cook. And I said to Debbie, if I had a maid, I wouldn't go near a kitchen.
Now, when did Aunt Debbie come to live with us?
When you were a baby.
Okay.
And I can still remember I had 7 children and Aunt Debbie in a car and was crossing the 52nd Street and the trolley tracks.
Right.
I didn't realize you shouldn't cross that way. And I crossed, and the policeman stopped us, and Debbie's in the back seat saying, he was writing something up. If he would just be looking for robbers, not stopping us.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So that's when you were just a baby. And Aunt Debbie, pardon me, she was here before that because permanently she came when you were a baby.
Okay.
But she always liked whoever's the youngest was baby doll.
Okay.
And she went right down and would stop with you. You were just always a baby angel.
Oh boy. But then she found Wee Willie Weber, right?
Wee Willie. Oh yeah. She wanted to win. What was it Wee Willie had? Oh, he'd call you up or something. And I used to pray. She said to me, I don't want it for myself. I'm just doing it for you. But I wanted her to win so badly. Not for me. I wouldn't have taken the money, but we were never called up. Remember, she always had her.
Oh no, I remember the radio.
The radio and the phone.
You kids get off the phone.
Yeah. You rotten kids. She did love you in her way. She really did. But she always wanted the best for you children.
So who were your best friends growing up?
Well, Eleanor Kelly, who just died, Maureen Kelly's mother.
Oh, what?
And now I think my two best friends, Eleanor Casey, from down the shore, she just died. So they were my...
But friends you had basically your entire life.
Yeah, oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
And we went to... Eleanor Casey and I started third grade in St. James.
Wow.
And we were friends till she died.
In St. James and...
Ventnor.
In Ventnor. So what was it like growing up at the shore?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I loved it. I mean, soon as, like April, maybe now, all down the beach after school. I really did. I think the shore is a great place. I see these kids walking down in their shorts and flip-flops, going to the beach when it's real early.
Yeah.
You know, it's a nice place.
I remember you telling stories that, like, when you were in high school, you would do ballroom dancing with gloves.
In Atlantic High, they had dancing. And that's a pretty rough school nowadays. But we had dancing, and we had great black students. We were all friendly. There was never any fighting or anything. Now at lunch, they had their own table. We had our tables, which is understandable. You want to eat with your friends.
Yeah.
It wasn't a matter that you know.
Right.
But Atlantic High was a great place.
Oh, that's neat.
Walk up to the 5 and 10 from school, and get banana splits for 15 cents. We'd have the ice cream, the whipped cream, the bananas.
Wow. Wow.
They were the days.
Did you go to a lot of movies when you were a kid?
Loved movies. And one of my very good girlfriends, Ann Devlin, her father was a movie critic for the Atlantic City Press. So he got all the passes we wanted.
Oh, wow.
So I went a lot to the movies.
What was your favorite movie growing up?
When I was real little?
Well, that you remember.
Well, the first one I remember I loved was Tarzan. Tarzan and the Apes. Do you remember? Not Tarzan and the Apes, just Tarzan.
Uh-huh.
I love that with Jane and you.
Oh, yeah.
Me, Tarzan, you, Jane. I love that movie.
Wow. Wow. Did you and your friends ever get in trouble when you were kids?
I have to admit, girls didn't get in trouble those days. They really didn't. No, I mean, we didn't do anything. We were very timid.
So, I heard about the Easter parade.
Oh, yeah.
On the Atlantic City boardwalk. Could you describe what it was like?
Well, you get all dressed up, and I was picked out, but I've always was suspicious. One of the judges was a very good friend of my mother's.
Oh, okay.
So she knew me. But I looked lovely.
I'm sure you did. What were you wearing?
I can remember that. It was a plaid coat, which I loved, had a little belt, and then they had a little hat, almost like the wax wore, the little pointed hat.
Okay.
Matched the coat.
Smashing.
It really was smashing.
Now, Atlantic City growing up, that was sort of a big fancy destination?
What,
Atlantic City when you were a kid, was that?
Oh, yeah. Everybody, when you went in the boardwalk, you wore gloves.
Wow.
And you'd never see anybody without shoes. Gosh.
Wow.
And we'd go to the Steel Pier and spend the day for 50 cents.
And what kind of